This evening is Bill Specha, and he's from Potts Point in Sydney. Bill was born in Chicago and has been in Australia for 15 years. He studied to be a priest for 9 years and would like to spend his life making people laugh. So please welcome Act 3 on the show from Potts Point, Sydney, Bill Specha.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Bert. It must have been the nerves or the excitement of coming on the show, because I had a terrible sleep last night. I kept tossing and turning, and when I could get to sleep, I was having these really strange dreams. Really, I had this terrible dream that God sneezed and I didn't know what to say, you know? So I thought, enough of trying to sleep. Started to wash my face, and as I looked into the mirror, I can tell you I got the shock of my life. Because when I looked into that mirror, I realized, oh my God, I'm Elvis. You know, of course, it's not too bad being Elvis, you know what I mean? But I really get strange looks when I go to the gents, you know? And now for an eyewitness news update. Medical experts in the United States today have revealed that former world heavyweight champion Mike Tyson is not a black man. He is, in fact, Jonathan Coleman with severe bruising. The tall poppy syndrome. The tall poppy syndrome. A terrible thing, isn't it? How people will strive in their own areas to reach their goal, the top, the best, and people are there just to tear them down. It's terrible. And it happens because we don't understand them. Take Germaine Greer. Everybody thinks that Germaine Greer hates men. It's not true. She doesn't hate men at all. It just happens she had a very sad experience as a child. When she was a teenager, 6 youths dragged her into a park and gang rejected her. And one message before I go, please say no to drugs. Because drugs will only lead your life in ruin. A dear friend of mine, unloved and unwanted as a child, turned to drugs at the age of 9. He started dealing drugs at the age of 12. And at 16 years old, he was the major shareholder in So say no to drugs, and remember, if the wages of sin are death, we need a better union. Thank you.
Okay, that was Bill Specha, and he was Act 3 this evening. He comes from Potts Point in Sydney, originally from Chicago. And welcome to the show, Bill. It was good to have you with us.
Thank you, Bert.
Okay, Rob.
Bill, I think your material's terrific. I think you wrote really good stuff. I think that a couple of times you were waiting for the reaction, especially after the first gag, which is always the hardest one, right? The first gag, if that works, you've got him, right? So I think you were waiting, and when it worked, you were fine. That was fantastic. You were confident. You delivered the lines. You touched on local things that are happening, or things that are happening in the news. I think they all worked, and I gave you a 35.
35. I made mention, Bill, that you studied to be a priest. You would have been a lot of fun in the confessional, I've got to tell you that. For 9 years, were you going to be a Jesuit, were you?
Redemptorist, actually.
Oh, right,
yeah.
right.
Yeah, it was in the old style when you still went to high school and then college. You know, of course, now they only accept people after college. Yeah,
it takes a long time to be a Redemptorist, doesn't it?
Back then it was 13 years, yes.
Yeah. Okay, what did you think, Darryl?
Bertie's got an earring.
Really? You've got an earring, haven't you there? We did a whole thing on earrings a couple of weeks ago. So that's why you left the priesthood, eh?
But it's in the OK side. So.
Anyway. Hang on a sec. Wait on. There'd be a lot of people watching the show that would say either ear is the OK side.
Bill, as Rob said, you were very confident, and I like your material. It's very sort of very topical. You look great. You've got the right sort of look for comedy, sort of a funny look. I mean that in the nicest possible way. And so I gave you a 36.
Good.
36. And for Bill Specha, that's a total of 71. Thanks a lot, Bill, for being in the program, and good luck. Of course, you would realise that you may have thought in leaving the priesthood or study for the priesthood, you were getting out of one of the most difficult areas in the world. But the world of comedy, I would suggest, is a terribly difficult world too, isn't it?
Yeah, and you drink more, I think, too.
Well, that's debatable. Thanks a lot, Bill. Bill Specha, Act 3 on the show tonight. We'll take a break now. Yeah, let's hear it, Bill. And we're back with you after this commercial break.